Yep, I'm in the bath, bitch. That was, wow, what the fuck was that? Okay. I was just chilling, you know, watching some YouTube videos. And I thought to myself, wait, I've got everything set up here and I was meant to do a podcast whilst in the bath, but I'm just getting distracted again. So I was like, fuck that shit, I'm gonna do the podcast. Alright. I got a few stories this time. A few like personal life stories and that. Did I say in the first podcast what I'm going to try start doing is what I'm going to try start to do is like a Billy's diaries or like a Billy's lucid dreams and stuff like that. 'Cause I got a diary somewhere. I've all like the lucid dreams. Pardon the water going down the pub, look, if you can hear that. Alright. It's time for Billy's made up, not really made up stories. Okay, so what am I supposed to start with? I went to like, let me get comfortable in this bathroom. You gotta always have a big bottle of nice cold water beside you in a bath. Oh yeah, I don't know about you guys, but that's like the one. You know, your whole body's just really hot and sort of like need water like that, and you have a real nice cold bottle. Oh, it's the little things in life. Alright, so I paint the picture for you. It must have been year 1 or year 2. We went to a pretty like fucked up kind of school, to be honest. It was a school around the area of Aston. Yeah. Alright, so that's a bit R-rated, I guess. Okay, I remember one time, yeah, me and 2 of my friends, this is year 2, something like that. Back in the day, you used to have like 3 or 4 breaks, like playground sort of breaks, and that was nice, man. I loved that. Oh, pardon me. That wasn't a fart. Wait, everyone's just gonna think that's a fart now, innit? Do I need to show you like a... I put my elbow, no, fuck. I put my like, oh gosh. You know what, fuck it, you can think it's a fart, I don't care. Alright. So here's the picture. School's feeling like prison. I had 2 of my best pals with me. Laurel and Phil. No. Yeah, Laurel and Phil, let's call them that. Alright. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what, we could escape from this place. I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm gone. So then I called Laurel and what's his, Hardy, if that's his name. But I called them both over and I had like a little blueprint in my head. It was like the great escape. I was like, alright, Laurel, Hardy, right, you guys down for this? Right, here's the plan. What we're gonna do, first break, we go to the very back of the playground, out of sight, out of mind. We start digging. We go back into recess, yeah, whatever. Second break, we go out, we do it again. We act like we're playing, boys. We act like we're playing. Loud. Oh fuck, I forgot the names already. You, pretend you're a Power Ranger. You dig. You dig with me. So we was digging at the bottom of the playground. This is a big playground for like, for a primary school. It's a pretty big playground, to be honest. Yeah, it was a primary school, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was I think it was a primary. Yeah, it was. Alright, and it's one of them called Laurel. Anyway, I don't know what age you are, year 2 or something like that, maybe like 5 or 4, or I don't know. If you know, comment below. So then me and Dave were digging and digging and digging, and we started to like get somewhere, and I thought to myself, well, blimey, we're actually doing it here. So it was coming to like the end of the break now, and this is our last break. So this is the last chance we have to do it. So we've dug a little hole underneath the fence. So it's sort of like how a rabbit would sort of hop under the fence, or an animal or something like that. And then me and Dave, we lifted it up without a strength. Yeah, as the bell rang, the intensity sprang, and the sweat started coming down the side of my head, like, oh shit, we've got to do this, Dave, we've got to do this. And then as we both lifted up, Frank, the other guy, he squeezes his big head through it. He pops through, yeah, he's on the other side of the fence now. Bear in mind, this is a 4 or 5, 6 year old, yeah, in Aston, having to then walk to Lowe's Owls, Mutuals, to his mum's yard in like school time, so maybe like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. So if you're a kid, if you know the areas, that's a pretty big walk for like a toddler, a little kid on his own. But yeah, it was so dramatic, because I used to watch a lot of movies as a grown up as a kid, like what kid doesn't? And after like he popped through the other side of the fence, he looked at me with like this smile on his face of achievement, and that I just shouted like, "Run, Phil! Run! Be free!" Oh, like the greatest games. It was brilliant, and yeah, me and Dave just walked back to class as normal, like it was nothing. But nothing went on or anything, we just kept our mouths closed. And no, tell a lie, I think, yeah, that was the last break. So I think it was coming up to like the last lesson or something now. And his name was Mr. Carter. I'm pretty sure his name was Mr. Carter. He was like the janitor. Everyone had like the cool sort of janitor guy who weren't the teacher but weren't your friend, but was somewhere in between. He was like just a cool sort of guy. He had all the keys and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. I remember like they must have caught on, obviously, because you know they have the registration, don't they? And now they're seeing that Alan's missing. So they think to themselves, alright, we've lost a kid, what's going on? So, unless like Dave grassed on me, I don't know how they found out, but one of the janitor came into the class last lesson and called me out, and I was like, oh shit. And I was thinking to myself, you know what, I ain't gonna say shit, son. I ain't grassing up no guy. You can put me in detention, you can ring home, tell my mom, I ain't grassing up no one, I ain't a grass. And then he said nothing. It was like not an angry adult, an angry like father or something like that, just a slightly disappointed one, but an also intrigued sort of fair play sort of thing. Because remember, we were like little kids at the time, and he was just trying to get it out of me. You know when they know, but they act like they don't know, but they know that you know that you did it or something like that. It was like that, and we had a long walk. What must have felt like half an hour, but really was probably like an 8-minute walk down to the grass. I was thinking I was going to get told off or anything, but nothing bad happened to me like that. Nothing like that at all, really. Not really, even like from parents or stuff like that. But we didn't know like how dangerous it was. It was just kids at the time, very like naive. So then he walked me to the back. I think he might have had Dave with him as well, but I can't remember. I think it might have just been me, you know. He walked me to the back of the playground and I said, you know what happened here? And I said, no, I don't know shit. And I don't know, he must have been trying like his adult experience for something or something like that. And he was just like he's saying like, where's the hole or something like that. And I said, oh no. And at the end, like, I said, oh, I found one here, that might be a hole or something like that. I'm not too sure. So whether they knew we dug it and did it intentionally or just in a hole and lit it up for him, I never know. I'll never know. Good times though. Oh, yo, that reminded me of another story. Oh, two of them actually. Growing up, yeah, I was a really sort of empathic, silent, introverted type. And I used to still have a dummy, like back in school. But I'd be the kid like at the end of the playground. A dummy for the Americans was a pacifier. So at the age of like 4 or 5, I was still having my pacifier and my dummy. But I was like the loner type child, if like Dave. And oh fuck me. You bastard. If like Alan and Carl. And about how many times their names have changed. It must be so confusing for you. Yeah, I was like the little kid at the end of the playground, just sitting alone with my mouth like covering my face, like trying to hide the fact that I have a pacifier in my mouth. Just sitting there like watching everyone. Jeez, I hated school. But I can remember the first day going to like reception or nursery and just feeling betrayed. Like I was like, yo, what's going on here? Like, my mum just like saying, you've got to go to so-and-so, and then I'm thinking, huh? I gotta go what? And I was like thinking to myself from that age, I was like, yo, this ain't right. I ain't meant to like go here. Or I had a sense of like, this is my freedom being taken away and I shouldn't have to do what things outside myself tell me to do. When it was like beyond my mum. That sort of meaning. Alright. Okay, so I was very empathic and stuff. I always see from a young age here that like the black children were getting treated differently, and I was like, alright, what the fuck's going on here? Like, this ain't right. Or like the really chubby children, and obviously they were getting bullied, and like the special needs sort of children. And I always felt for them badly. I really felt for them. It hurt, like. But obviously, like, hurt people hurt others, so they was being hurt from other people, but when I was trying to like be nice to them and stuff like that, they'd probably like see it as weakness and then try hurt me also, and they did, because I was very very emotional and touchy and very, very, very sensitive. So sensitive. Ridiculously sensitive. Things will stay with me for years, never mind weeks or hours. So I remember this one time, yeah, I had a bully, you know, let's call him Gambit. Gambit used to bully me and do this nursery rhyme, jingle bells, Robin flew away. Uncle Billy lost his willy and Uncle Bucket sleigh. And like, yo, that shit tortured me for years. Like, I laugh now because it's just funny. But it's just funny. But you know, kids will be cruel because they don't know about like how words can hurt. And you don't know that words can hurt at that age. And then your mum or like parents are saying like sticks and stones and all that sort of shit. But you're like, no, mum, this is bullshit. They actually hurt me. And I feel like he was only doing that because he was getting bullied himself also. So like he picks on the ones he assumes are the weaker than him, so then he can feel better about himself and maybe like join the jock sort of crowd or the popular in crowd who are sort of teasing and bullying others. But one day there was this older girl. We're going to like the bigger playgrounds now, year 3, going up in the world. And there's this girl from like year 4, year 5, and she obviously like fancied Gambit. Because she was taking the piss out of his name, because his name was different. And I remember him crying about it, and I was thinking to myself, yo, like he's actually crying. And he looked so traumatised in his face, and I just felt for him still, even though this is the guy who like be bullying me and hitting me and shit like that. I still like felt for him. Okay, next guy though. This guy, I love this guy to bits, no homo. He was funny. He was a funny guy. His name was Duncan. Yeah, we'll call him Duncan. Every time I say a name, yeah, this ain't their names. Duncan had like Down syndrome, innit? And like, I obviously knew from a young age that something's different about Duncan. And like, he looks slightly different, but like, I know he's still a human, innit? And he's still a kid who has like feelings and that sort of stuff. And I remember one time, he was running around, oh trust me, this guy was violent as well. He kicked the shit out of you for no reason. You'd be like, you're alright mate, and then he'd just fucking uppercut you. Come out fly kick and everything, Bruce Lee and that. Alright, so he was running around or something like that, and he fell over, and like, because I'm sort of that kid, yeah, at the back of the playground still watching and observing everything, I see a guy in pain, hurting, fell over, and so I think to myself, oh, I gotta go help him up, Penny. So then, I walk over to him, probably even run, you know, that's what you like as a child, you're just innocent, and you wanna, maybe I wanted to make friends or something like that, I don't know. So I run over to him, I help him up, I'm like, you're alright, what's his name? Let's call him Khalid now. You're alright Khalid. I pick him up and everything, he just looks at me in the eyes like, I think we have a connection here now. Not like that. But I think we have like a friendship about to form, and like there's sounds go off my head like, so then I think, oh yeah, this is cool, look, I'm bonding with other human beings. And yeah, he just punches me in the bollocks and runs off. Yep. So I was just like, oh yeah. And they just lay on the playground floor for like 15 minutes or something. Good times. Oh yeah, this other time as well. My mum like put ear piercing in me. I don't like that. When I put like ear piercings in you, especially like when you're a child, like a baby, like what the fuck am I an accessory for you to like show off? And I don't like that. I should be able to pick if I want piercings or not. Alright, so she put like this sort of 90s in it, so it's like a big ring sort of piercing out my ear. And normally I was a really good boy in school, but this one day when I had that ear piercing in, I was being a little shit, can't remember what I did. And it's the first time like they was going to speak to my mum after school. I was thinking to myself, oh shit, like I'm gonna be in some crap. This is my first time and I'm not sure how my mum's gonna react. And you know what my excuse was? I was like,
Mum, do you know what it is? I think it's this ear piercing. The ear piercing is making me naughty. That's what it is. So I suggest that we take it out, okay? Because if it stays in, I'm just gonna keep being naughty. That's what it is. It's the ear piercing.
But she didn't say shit. I don't even think she laughed or anything. She was just like, yeah, okay, buddy. And then we went home. Yeah, but oh my gosh, yeah. This part's a bit, what the fuck? Alright, I was hesitant whether to share this bit. But yeah, this was my school and my childhood. Alright, so it's in year 3 or year 2, sitting at the back of the class, and there's this girl to the right of me. Her name is Sarah, let's say, yeah. I'm listening to this Miss Khan now. Well, I get to Miss Khan later. Say what happened with her. Oh my gosh, Mr. Graham, I forgot about that. He was sick. He used to tell us like stories about his dog, and it was like really good, but he was also a prick. Alright, going back to this girl. I'm sitting in class, innocent as shit. I'm a little kid, and then this girl's like, and I look at her, and I'm like, what? And she's got her pants down. She's pulled her pants down, yeah, with her pom out, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck's going on? My eyes aren't for this, I'm meant to be innocent. And she's like, show me your dick. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This is year 2 and year 3? Come on, like, what the fuck's that? What is that about? Jeez, I don't even want to know what went on, like, oh, alright, let's go to the next one, because that's just like, should I even have shared that? That switches it up a little, right? I just want to be honest, I just want to, like, say some of the stuff that happened, maybe, yeah, alright, okay, let's go on to the next one. What the fuck, I know. Okay, Mrs. Khan, yeah, she got, she didn't like me. I was best friends with Alan, yeah, and Alan was being a teacher's pet. Alan was like licking her ass. Ow. And I was like, yo, Alan, why are you going on like this for? This is like the first time a woman comes between two like bread bins, isn't it? Bread bins. But it's a teacher, and there's no way, because like we're both like 4 or 5, but like really like teacher's pet sort of thing going on. I'm thinking to myself, like, why are you like, but why is she like going like that? She really didn't like me for some reason. I think I left. I think she was one of the main reasons why I left that school as well, because there was like so many like crazy things going on in that school. It was nasty. It wasn't a nice school. Same with like the secondary school, really. Miss Khan, yeah. Miss Trunchbull, yeah. She got fired from her job for tying one of my friends up to a chair. Yo, what the for tying him up to a chair. She got sacked. I'll tell you one reason why I thought Mr. Hancock was a prick. Because people will forget like what you said to him, but they'll never forget how you made him feel. And he made me feel like so small. And I don't know what goes through a 30 or 40 odd year old man's mind to belittle a child at such a young age. It's just bizarre, like what they do. It's mad. And like, there was one day, cause like I forgot my PE kit in it, but like when you're that age, I don't know about you guys, but when you're at that age, like you don't really pack your PE kit or anything like that. Your mum or like parents do that sort of stuff, but like you forgot ours. And you made me like, if you forgot it, yeah, you had to just wear pants and a vest. That's weird, man. I'm not talking about boxers or anything like that. I'm talking about them old ass, nasty little pants, them pants. And there's girls in there as well, so that's even more embarrassing. The girls in the class and all this sort of stuff, so they tell you to stand up, yeah, and then do a little twirl. So you have to stand up in front of the whole class while they're all sitting down on the floor. If you sat on the floor back then, rather than in chairs mainly. Unless that was just high school. And I had to do like a twirl and shit, and you know how humiliated I felt. I was like, what the fuck is this about? You can see why I hated school. But like, I don't understand it. It's very interesting. Like, Mr. Hancock must have been beaten by his wife or his really upset with his life, or something at home is not right for you to be doing and humiliating little children like that. Like, why would you go on like that? I can't even, it's just bizarre. Oh yeah, guys, I need your like advice on this one. There's this like so-called friend, well, person I like met online because I used to do live busking. It used to be called an app called Busker. You could go on there, wicked app, but it's shut down now. You could go on there, you could do drawing and like actually get real money, get paid, donated to you whilst you draw or whilst you sing, play an instrument, anything like that. And it was one of those like people who were carried on watching my work and stuff like that. But like they kept on sending for like a very long time, just overly like sending articles and stuff like this in my DMs and just like over and over and over and over and over and over. And like I ain't got the time. Maybe back in the day I would have like been a yes man and been polite and read all of the shit that was given to me and all that sort of stuff, but I ain't like that now because like I'm working on other things, you know what I mean? It might sound rude or something like that, but like I'm not like I want to like focus and not get distracted by all these other things that are like not necessarily helping me stay on path on the purpose. So just let me know how I doubt. Like, do you think I doubt like this in the wrong way? I opened up the messages and like the article there is saying like the earth is going to be destroyed in like so and so this month and year and all that sort of stuff. And for the majority of the time she does send like depressing sort of articles and all that sort of stuff about like, I don't know, like I don't want that. So I sent her a voice message saying like, I really appreciate you sharing these things with me and stuff like that. And I don't mind you sharing music. Like, I don't mind people sharing music with me by all means. And I was like, beggars can't be choosers, but like, you see with like the negative sort of stuff, or like how the world's gonna do this, or I just don't want to see it. And I said it in a polite sort of centered voice still, as much as I could. I wasn't hungry, I wasn't tired, I was just being real, because I do wish if people want to be close to me, they know I'm just gonna be real with them. I'm not gonna like chat shit. I'm gonna be as real as I can with you. Depending on the individual, depending on how much I believe that you can take, because people are very, very, very sensitive. So I try to do it in such a sensitive manner. And the thing like, in the future, if you do send like some of these stuff, could it just be like music or happy animal videos or art or just that sort of stuff? Because I don't want to be sent negative things. I don't want to focus on that. I don't want to watch that. And I said like much love and balance, because that's my thing. I normally say that. If you know me, you know I say much love, or I say one love, or I say much balance, or much love and balance and stuff like that. So I said that to her, and then she was like, she messaged me and said, I won't be sending anything ever again, and I do have balance. And then she said goodbye forever. And then I thought to myself, oh blimey, what the fuck? What? It's just ironic, because like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna judge, but like, see, I said but, I don't know, it just feels like to me, it doesn't show, that I'm assuming it doesn't show balance if you tell me, if you respond in such a way and then like block me, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, guys, let me know in the comments below. What way could I have gone about that better? Thanks. I really appreciate the feedback if you do. Right, I'm gonna save some of the life stuff for another pod. Go on to some quotes now. I've been listening to 7 Habits of Highly Effective People like recently as well, so I'm definitely gonna do a podcast on that soon. So I did promise like a book review sort of thing. So I'm gonna probably just keep listening to the book over and over and over again, so then I'm able to explain it as simply as possible. You're doing 10 things, 10 signs you're doing well in life. You're gonna tell I'm getting tired. 1, you have a roof over your head. 2, you ate today. 3, you have a good heart. 4, you wish good for others. 5, you have clean water. 6, someone cares for you. 7, you strive to be better. 8, you have clean clothes. 9, you have a dream. I have a dream. 10, you are breathing. Right, I'm gonna stop that. What else we got here? Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side because it's fake. I'm not even going to go into that. I like this one. I found this the other day. What money can't buy you. No, wait, sorry. What money can buy you. A bed, but no sleep. Computer, but no brain. Food, but no appetite. I can't even read that word. A house, but not a home. Medicine, but not health. Luxuries, but not culture. Amusements, but not happiness. Acquaintance, but not friends. Obedience, but not faithfulness. And sex, but not love. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Love, no matter what label. If you imagine us like, just us all being a tree or something like that. I'm gonna leave that for another podcast because I'm tired. I'm tired, bro. I'm not even gonna it was just effort for me to try breathe and think about why I just, yeah. Alright, so look for some more. Bear with me. Oh, I like this one. To be rather than to seem to be. And that's a big one, trust me, especially these days, because like I feel just some people may be pretending to be something they're not online, but that's fine. Yeah, that's fine, because it's not necessarily like a growth mindset if you're worrying or focusing on what other people are doing and portraying themselves to be. Is it? It's not, it's just low vibration, I guess. How many people in their deathbed wish they spent more time in the office or watching TV? These habits and addictions to like television can really like harm families, you know. Like some mums and dad know fucking me. Some mums and dad know Grant and Phil more than the sons. Phil and Grant. Aristotle, a friend to all is a friend to none. That's sad, because does that individual mean like he or her isn't even a friend to themselves? Must. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Have I already said this one in another podcast? People who are, if I haven't, it's for the new listeners, I guess. People who are intimidated by you talk bad about you with hopes that others won't find you so appealing. I think I have said that before, but I have it again. Yeah, I really like that one. And I feel like it's out of insecurities, possibly, that they do a thing. Or maybe not even insecurity, maybe just out of habit, because they've been brought around a family that does that and creates bonds with each other through doing such habits. No, don't worry about those who talk behind your back. They're behind your back for a reason. I love memes. Send memes. Yeah, I'll just fill up some of the space with beatboxing. I like this one as well. Put yourself in a position where you have to stretch outside your comfort zone, and then you are forced to expand your consciousness. Oh, expanding consciousness. Anyone else act like really weird when they're tired? Especially like when I've stayed up. When I've stayed up like a whole night, a whole 24 hours and that, I start going really wacky, but like a funny sort of comical guy, like a comedian on speed, like methamphetamine or something like that, I don't know, just to go really weird, and I get this like big boost of energy, and yeah, I just make a tit out of myself, but I don't care, I enjoy that. As long as like people are laughing, and I don't, they can laugh at me what they want. But yeah, laughter's good. Alright. Major yawn. I bet you have major yawn at least one time whilst listening to this. Alright. What other quotes have we got? What was that noise? This is from one of them like Native American chiefs. I love them guys, they're cool. Beware of man who does not speak. What the fuck? Oh, alright. Beware of the dog that does not bark. So beware of the man that don't speak and the dog that don't bark. Okay. Why? Have I made you yawn yet? Have you ever like just stuffed your finger like quickly down someone's mouth or throat when they yawn? No. Yeah, me too. I've never done that. You could have all the love in the world to give, but if you don't think you're worthy of receiving it, you're never true have it. You're never true have it. You never truly have it, really. Oh, bro. Some of these like things that I type up here and put on Instagram are so like cliche and cringy, but I don't mind. Some people like really need to. Some people might really need to see. Come across it on that certain day or time could really help. It's just however I was feeling at the moment in time in it, so I don't give a shit, son. Why is there something rather than nothing? Bruh. Yeah, what this is something I wrote down the other day. What if we could feel data, and wouldn't that be what it is to feel within being? Wait. No. What if we could feel data? Wouldn't that be what it is to feel and live within this body? I like mandalas. What's this one? Fools take a knife and stab people in the back. The wise take a knife, cut the cord, and set themselves free from the fools. Yeah, boy. Alright, toxic people speak badly about others, are negative, lack compassion, take up too much of your time, constantly have drama going on, lie to you, criticise you, talk more than listen, play the victim, lose their temper, have to be right, treat others poorly, are self-obsessed, try to control you, have addiction issues. Okay. I was trying to look for my lighter sort of quotes. Oh, it's a question though for the comments. If anyone actually does ever write a comment, which is the most universal characteristic? Which is the most universal human characteristic? Do you think it's fear or laziness? What do you think it is? Let me know. Here's one from Jake from Adventure Time. Dude, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. I like Jake. I like Adventure Time. Adventure Time's alright, I didn't watch it in a long time. I highly recommend Over the Garden Wall. Over the Midnight Garden Wall. Yeah, that's nice. Over the Garden Wall, it's called. Really nice. Right, so before we go, let love grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, to have the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me by such films as The Simpsons and The Simpsons. Oh, Duffman! Oh yeah, Duffman can't breathe. Worst. Oh, wow, I can't do his voice anymore. Worst impression ever. Worst
impression.
We sound like fucking Trump. Alright, I'm off.
Peace out, bros and killers. Boy.
Peace. Okay. Oh, bye.